Hey guys, and welcome back to Two Cents Babe. How are you doing? We're doing fine. So glad it's finally summer again. I needed that to happen.
Literally. The cold wasn't like really cold, but it was long, I feel like.
It was cold enough for me, honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate wearing clothes. I start feeling claustrophobic every single time I'm like wearing 3 layers. It's
It
too
wasn't
much.
that cold this year though. I feel like it's going to be way hotter though.
I mean, I don't mind that necessarily. Like, but you know where I live, like it's like a bit uphill, so it does get colder over there.
Exactly. तुम्हारे पास तो chill ही रहता है weather.
Yeah, it's too
But
much.
I feel like रातें थोड़ी sleeping is harder in the summer.
Yeah.
I like enjoy sleeping in the winter. Anyway, today we're going to talk about anxiety and basically what kind of mindset you have around anxiety and how to like self-help and how to self-meditate and self-medicate even around this topic.
I think in my early 20s, like when I was really young, I feel like I was struggling with a lot of anxiety, but I didn't really know about it. So I was just like doing substances and etc. to like, so my mind really wasn't there to acknowledge it. But my early 20s, I feel like I'm still in my early 20s, but like the first few years, you know what I mean? There was no anxiety at all. But I went for Umrah, and that was the first place I had a panic attack. And then when I came back, like a few things like came where I literally felt like anxious within my body, like, you know, like panicky, and like I could feel the top layer of my skin, and like my thoughts are just racing and I can't stop them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing that really helps me like deal with that is exertion. You know, my friends really help me. It depends on the type of friends you have, you know, sometimes it can intensify your anxiety rather than like curbing it. But going out, taking a walk, going to a cafe, reading a book, writing it down. I feel like there is a difference between writing down your actual anxious thoughts. That can be therapeutic too, but I don't really do that anymore because I feel like whatever I put down into writing ends up happening, you know what I mean? So I don't like to put out my anxious thoughts out onto paper, but whenever I am feeling super anxious, I do like to write down how I would rather be feeling basically. So if I'm feeling lonely, I would write, okay, I want to be held, I want to be seen, I want to be understood. If I'm feeling angry, I'll write, I'm calm, I'm happy, I'm joyous. So I
like
think
positive affirmations.
yeah, 100%.
They did help me as well, but like I've had anxiety all my life and I didn't even know it was anxiety because like growing up nobody told me what you're feeling, and as a child you're told to repress your feelings, right? There's exams aate the, so I would get पेट खराब or whatever and I would be vomiting and whatnot, and my mom would say कि तुम ये क्या पेट खराब करके बैठ जाती हो exams में, but she didn't know, I didn't know that it was actually anxiety. And later in life, with like my love life and my career and everything, anytime this would happen, I did not recognize it as anxiety till like people started talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm an anxious person. But I've had to do like a lot to deal with it, and same as you, like I feel like the thing that helped most was being productive, was taking your mind physically off of the issue itself. Like if you are feeling down and low, and I'm not saying this that it's easy to do, and I'm not saying this that ये सब कर सकते हैं, मुश्किल होता है करना, but if you're feeling down and low, try to take yourself out of that situation. At least take a shower, go for a walk, get out of the room, cook something, clean something. Cleaning really helps me with my anxiety.
Decluttering, that has been
I
my
swear
new
to God.
hobby.
Yeah. Like if you organize your closet, if you organize your space, if you exactly declutter, it really helps you calm down. And people don't understand कि ये चीजें आपको like every day करनी चाहिए ताकि like आप थोड़े से ठहराव रहे आपके अंदर, because otherwise you're just an anxious fish swimming around.
And I feel like the symptoms of anxiety they're stemming from a mental thing, basically. You know what I mean? So, like you said, returning to your physical body is really important. Engage your other senses, like touch grass. You know, it sounds stupid, but literally do it.
No, hug a tree.
Yeah, that is also a thing I really like to do. Every time I'm passing a tree, I'll just touch it a little bit and try to talk to it in my head, and it sounds crazy, but another thing we wanted to talk about was like rituals, you know what I mean? And you brought up cleaning. So, you know, a lot of people will say women used to get hung because of knowing that like chamomile puts you to sleep. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
That is when we talk about magic or ritualistic practices, it's more so just using what's already present around you. It can be herbs, it can be thoughts, it can be words.
Music.
Yeah, literally, even
art,
music.
anything.
Meditative, like frequencies.
Exactly.
That is what I would call pagan practices.
Mm-hmm.
Paganism, I don't see it necessarily as a religion. I see it as a belief system and I see it as a practice. You know what I mean? And one thing with cleaning, one thing that I do is it's believed that salt really removes evil eye. It removes negative energy. I like literally shower every day with salt.
Yeah.
Even when I started like for the past few days, like I've just been rigorously cleaning my apartment for some reason, and I've been cleaning it with salt. I've been cleaning it with cinnamon. I'll just put like take a big bowl of like water and put some salt in it, put some cinnamon in it, and you can call it woo, but my place feels refreshed. How I feel within it feels refreshed.
Yeah.
It feels like a cleaner slate.
Yeah.
Thoughts of the past are not coming to me anymore. I don't have fears anymore.
No, it's the same for me. For me, it's movement. Like I dance, and because dancing is a lot of movement, and it takes your mind. And actually, आपके कोई endorphins release होते हैं in that moment that you are complete. You feel fresh after workout करो, dance करो. Just even cleaning is movement. You're moving around, and I'm not saying it's easy to do, but you have to have that mindset that you want to get better. And nobody will tell you that, by the way. It needs to come from within. And like you said, ritualistic practices, people call it magic. I think we've talked about this, that magic is everything though.
Yes.
Prayer is magic.
Us being alive is magic.
Exactly. Like, drinking an infused tea or a potion, you can call it whatever, it's magic or whatever, but like, it's energy. For me, everything is energy. So if you give something energy enough, if you think that, oh my god, this is an evil eye and it'll keep evil away, it'll keep away evil.
The thing is, right, even people talk about the evil eye symbol.
Yeah.
And people saying, oh, this is like, bad, blah, 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 blah. I think, it can definitely be bad depending on how you think about it. Because even these like crystals that we have, I feel like even if you believe they have no inherent power, the thing is they serve as symbols.
Yeah.
And like, for example, a rose quartz is a symbol of love. You know what I mean? That's what it's supposed to do, bring in love. I don't care if it's a fake rose quartz and it doesn't actually hold any power. The fact that it is reminding me to be loving, to be loved and move towards it is the actual magic of it. You know what I mean? So
this is a Durin Najat that I've been wearing since like 8 months, and this is very like big in Shia culture. And I wear it, and I wore it for luck, and they say when you wear it, you get luck instantly, and I did. And maybe it's not the stone that brought me luck, maybe it's my belief or the energy that I put into it.
The reminder as well.
Yes, that I'm wearing something and now good things will happen to me. Which brings me to the next thing, mindset. I feel like more than anything, what helps you is your mindset. And
your mindset can make you live a magical life if you believe it, basically.
Yeah.
And also the thing you were saying, like that, it's not easy and not everyone can do it. This is somewhere where I will disagree with you. There are definitely cases people who can't see, people who can't move. You know what I mean? Those are not my struggles, so I can't talk about those people. However, if that is not your case, you are so blessed. You are fully capable. And whatever is going on inside of your mind, I always have to remind myself, sometimes sadness, depression, whatever you want to call it, can feel like you're disabled. You can't move.
I understand that. But I feel like there's a lot of people like going through actual like clinical depression or something that they are incapable to even get out of bed or incapable to even shower. Maybe they're going through something that you and I have not faced, or something extremely major, or that's not our cup of tea.
I don't know. I feel like when I was like 16, 15, I definitely had those phases where I would not get out of bed, I would not talk to anybody, anything I would eat, I would go throw it up. And but I feel like maybe it wasn't that extreme. You can say, okay, like I would say it wasn't that extreme because now I'm past it and I don't have like such strong feelings about it. However, everybody's hardship is their extreme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I chose to sit with the belief over there that I can't, that would keep me stuck.
But that's the thing. So there are two ways out of any like situation that you're in. You can or you can't. And when you say you can get out of it, is when you get up and get out of bed and shower and do all of those things that actually like change your mindset. But when you say you can't, there are a lot of people who say they can't.
And that's what I'm saying, that is the root issue. It's
Yeah.
not that you actually can, it's the
Yeah.
fact that you're saying that you can't.
But okay, that too. But I feel like there are some people who do struggle a lot. Maybe they have been through a trauma that you and I can't relate to, or haven't been through, or we can't even imagine.
I
Loss
100%
of
agree.
a child, for example, loss of a spouse. We have not had that. I haven't also, and alhamdulillah, I have not had a loss of a parent yet,
Yeah.
so you have, so I cannot relate to that struggle.
But the thing is, right, even with the loss of a parent, like, people do, like, completely lose their lives over that as
They
well.
do, they
You know
do.
what I mean? But the thing is, right, even if there's a disabled person in front of me, right, not that I would ever invalidate anybody, but I would never like them to say that they can't. You know what I mean? Because I feel like whatever your goal is, you don't have to land at the 100% of it. But saying you can't keeps you at a 0. Saying you can, maybe you'll reach a 10%, maybe you'll reach a 20%. But the will and the belief, you can call it a belief in God, you can call it belief in universe, you can call it belief in yourself. I feel like that is the first step to anything.
For me, it's a little different because I feel like people who have been through real loss and real trauma, I cannot relate to them, so I will not speak for them. And maybe the struggle is a lot harder, and it is a lot deeper for them to like get out of. I am talking about people who have a roof over their head, they have a career, or they have food to eat, they have clothes to wear, they have friends, they have family, but they are stuck in this loop of maybe I'm not good enough, maybe something. Like, we know a lot of people who talk negatively about themselves or their lives or the people around them, and I feel like that's because they're the ones that can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for them, it should be easier to get out of that like constant negative like loop.
But then again, even like as you were saying that, something just came into my mind. You know, like obviously the Gaza situation, I don't watch the news a lot, so I'm not educated enough about it. But there was a point when on social media, it was on peak. There was a lot of content coming from people of Gaza. And there was a distinction. There were a lot of people who were like in like shock, and they were in dismay, and they were crying in the videos and like begging for help. But there were also a lot of people who were making in such harsh conditions. Their houses had broken down too, their families had broken down too, they're seeing their whole land be destroyed. But they're making videos about like, oh, the day is beautiful today, I'm gonna go give food to everybody, this is my friend, we're gonna take a walk through there because this place is like broken now, blah 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 blah. So the thing,
mindset. So this is exactly what I mean. So it is about the mindset at the end of the day. You could be going through, which is why I say for some people it's not easy, because God knows what like their mindset is, but it's not impossible
but
to get out of that.
that's the thing,
Yeah.
you know, that is my point
Yeah.
basically. That mindset should be ever flowing.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, definitely I have a way that I present myself, and I have a like way that I typically tend to feel when something arises, you know what I mean? But I believe that people really shoot themselves in the foot when they start identifying with a personality. Because what is personality? Personality is a mindset.
Yeah.
So when you really get stuck in your ways, I feel like it keeps you from growing. I like to say I don't have a personality. What I'm choosing is kindness and love and softness in this world, basically. You know, but I could be a killer. I could be anything if I choose to.
Yeah.
But again, so with the whole mindset thing, that yes, 100%, some people have a lot more to clean up. But I do think at the end of the day, it is just an accumulation of thoughts that is creating chemicals in your body.
I agree.
So make those thoughts convenient.
Yeah. I mean, it is in your control. I feel like whatever situation you're in, it is in your control, completely in your control, to be in it or get out of it and to make change and to move. I do agree with that. But like, I feel like some people are not mentally equipped to do that. You know, maybe they don't have good enough friends, maybe they don't have a good home environment, maybe they don't have a good work environment, you know, and they're just constantly being let down or being like, And I know of a lot of people
Yeah,
who
same.
are in that environment, but they're good people.
Yeah.
They come out of it feeling fresh and lively and all of that. So it's literally about mindset.
I think the thing that I'm trying to hone in is that you have to believe in yourself, basically.
Yeah.
And if you want to feel a different way, if you want to live a different life, you have to believe that like you can, basically.
Yeah.
So one thing that really helped me in my life is removing the word can't from my vocabulary, from myself. And like I encourage that within the people I love. Like don't say that you can't. You know what I mean? Because a million things will come up, a million hurdles will come along.
Yeah.
But if you choose to let them stop you, then you're stopped.
But yeah, it's not just about using the words can and can't. I feel like for me, all of the words that I use now for myself and the people around me are just, they're good words, they're positive affirmations. Like, even if I'm not working these days, I feel like I'm able to work whenever work comes to me. I'm able to love people, I'm eating healthy. And so for me, it all boils down to gratitude. As long as you are grateful for the things that you have, whether it's this much or this much, I feel like the universe will keep giving you more.
This was the biggest thing that changed my life because
Yeah.
for 2 years, every single day, before when I would wake up and when I would sleep, and this was in the times when I was in the worst state of like mind ever, unhealthy, ungrateful, unhappy, angry, and just distrusting. But I started doing this practice basically, and it slowly started like opening new like thought patterns in my mind. And for the first 2 years, I felt delusional. I felt like I was faking it. I felt like I was a liar.
Because you have to.
Yeah, but I did it still. I didn't let that stop me. And it wasn't like a 2-month process. It wasn't a like 3-month process.
Yeah.
It was a 2-year process
Yeah.
basically. But I had like surprisingly, I don't know how I managed to get there, but it just seemed really simple to me. Write down 10 things that you're grateful for. Any negative thought that you have, like just argue with it in your brain. You know what I mean? And it worked.
Yeah, same for me. Like I feel like it all comes down to ritualistic practices. I did the same. I changed my entire routine. I became more disciplined with myself, with my sleeping, waking up routine, what I eat, who I meet, who I talk to, my friends, namaz, prayer, manifestation, meditation, journaling. And then I started doing this one thing that actually really helped me. It's the most basic form of journaling. You write 10 things that you're grateful for every day. It's so simple and it takes literally not even 2 minutes of your life. You sit down at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, whenever you have time, and you write down 10 things that you're grateful for. And trust me, when you write 10 things, you think of 10 more.
But let me tell you, there are also a lot of people who are probably sitting and watching, and I know it's a dark place to be, but might be thinking I have nothing to be grateful for. But like, because that's the place I was in, basically.
Same.
I thought I had nothing to be grateful
Yeah.
for. But I read up on it, I learned about Buddhism, I learned about, I did a lot of reading that really helped me about psychological stuff. But the thing is that if you feel like you don't have anything to be grateful for, be grateful for the fact that you can walk. If you can't walk, then be grateful for the fact that you can see, that you have oxygen to breathe, that you didn't go to sleep hungry at night. You know what I mean?
I think it's the littlest things. I feel like when you wake up in the morning and you just thank God for having a new day. It's every day is a new chapter for you. You start fresh. Just being able to breathe, being awake, being able to talk, to hear, to smell, to listen, all of that, to eat, those are all blessings. And if there are people who can't do that, but I feel like even those people would have a lot to be grateful for.
Exactly.
So just with the smallest things, I feel like people can start with gratitude, and it really does turn your life around.
And I feel like the thing is, right, people are really disillusioned because the world is a dark and scary place, but it is also so beautiful.
Yeah.
And it is designed for human survival.
The world is how you want it to be. I feel like your world is how you want it to be. So you can, for me, it also involved a lot of it is another ritualistic thing that I did. I did remove people from my life that were, energy vampires, as you call them. And then I did changing my routine actually really helped. When you sleep at night and wake up early in the morning, I feel like that first like hit of sunlight, it
Yeah.
really does something to you.
I have no curtains in my room for this reason, by the way.
Yeah,
I keep
yeah.
them like open. There's like curtains in the lounge, and then
Yeah.
there's 2 windows. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I close the ones in the lounge, but I love the sun on my skin in the morning.
Yeah.
And people who sleep in pitch darkness, I'm like, you are missing out
I
in
swear to
life.
God. And people who sleep in the, I feel like people who stay up all night and sleep in the morning, sure, maybe you have work that requires you to do that. I feel like a lot of people miss out on the beauty of a day.
Yeah.
And this is how it is meant to be. I feel like people don't think about it naturally or in terms of biology. You are meant to sleep at night, you're meant to work in the day or wake up in the day and be rising with the sun. For me, honestly, like the best thing would be to wake up at Fajr and to sleep by Isha. You know, like because that's how it should be. You wake up before the break of dawn and do your day, and but like we live in a world that's 9 to 5, so we can't do that. But yeah, it's simple things. It's like changing your like everyday routine that really helps you be grateful, and it changes your mindset about everything else in life.
I feel like also one thing to be really disciplined about is because like, okay, I figured out everything with myself, but then one thing that I'm recently getting more of a gauge on is what to share with people and what not to share with people.
Oh yeah.
And if you are the sort of person who's constantly going around and painting a picture of your life that isn't the life that you want to be living, you are asking people to expel the energy of that expectation of your life into the universe, basically.
I don't get it.
What I'm saying is, if you're constantly complaining to people,
Oh yeah.
if you're constantly telling them all the bad things that are going on in your
Yeah.
life, people will start to see your life that way.
Yeah.
And when people start to see your life that way, they start to think of your life that
Yeah.
way. And you might, I'm not going to sit over here and argue about the fact that thoughts, and they're not just like in your head. They are like your brain literally has electricity inside of it. So there is something going on. You are creating somewhat of your reality.
Yeah. I mean, that's how your mood works. I feel like if you wake up in a bad mood, or if you've had the thought, I feel like, and you let it manifest in you and your body, your entire day kind of spells out like that.
Yeah.
If you wake up, and even if we're human, we all have bad thoughts, we all have negative thoughts like here and there. We do.
Yeah.
But it's how you deal with it. It's how you change it. It's how you shift the narrative in your head. And then even then, in the middle of the day, you can change your like entire like remaining day or your mood, you know.
Yeah.
But you're right, like a lot of people just have so much negative stuff to say, and they're just so complacent all the time that they do suck the energy out of everything else as well. And like you don't want to talk to them about especially your happy moments.
Yes.
You know, and this is something that I can say now. Not a lot of people knew that I was getting married. Only my close friends knew that I was getting married. Only my closest people were invited to my day-to-day like home things, you know, my dance practices and whatnot. I chose to do that because I did not want extra energy, and I only announced that I was getting married 20 days before I got married. Like I did not want the world to know that I was even dating someone. So for me to keep that information to myself was very like critical, because I did not want like everyone's energy right around me. And it's not nazar. For me, sure, it could be nazar as well, but it's also the fact that I did not want people like interfering. For me, it's interference. I don't want people to ask me shit or say shit or, you know.
And also, I don't want to be triggering people with my happiness as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oof, you are so right.
Because
When
it's
you're
a
happy,
weird feeling.
yes, when you're happy, and when people are unhappy, they get so triggered. It's some kind of like envy, like people get really envious of you.
But I'm telling you, that is again you shooting yourself in the foot, because like envy is fine, babe. It's fine. You can have a passing thought.
Yeah.
But if it becomes your identity, if
Yeah.
it becomes like something that you allow within yourself and you can't rationalize with it, you are basically telling yourself you can't have what that person has.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, if you look at like when I used to see happy couples and happy people, I always used to think that I will have this one.
Literally.
You know, like, oh my god,
It
they're
makes me
so cute.
happy when like I see happy couples.
They're so cute together, and this is what I want, and this is what I will have.
Yeah.
And I never thought, oh my god, what is she doing with him?
Yeah.
Or what is he doing with her?
Or people who start poking holes in it.
Exactly.
Who want to make you feel weird about it.
Tili jo hoti hai na, there's a lot of people who put tili in your relationship. Like, do not do that,
Yeah.
please.
And be careful with what you share, which is what that doctor lady didn't do on that live television that you were telling me about.
Yeah, this Dr. Nabia and Fizza thing that was viral a few weeks ago. Like, it was insane. Like, she was complaining about being separated from her husband one day, and 2 weeks later, it was a whole like scandalous thing on the internet. Why are you putting it out there?
I don't understand.
I mean,
that.
sure, you can. I'm not saying keep your relationship so secret and private that nobody knows, but choose, like, I don't understand how people can put such.
I think it's everything you say should be agenda based,
Yeah.
basically. If you want to make a relationship work,
Yeah.
go talk to somebody who's actually in a successful relationship and tell
Yeah.
them how I can handle this, basically. If you must talk to somebody else.
Yeah.
Or talk to your partner about it.
Saying it on national television is a lot.
It's crazy.
too much.
I mean, do you think it was a publicity stunt?
I think so, because what else could it be? I think this Dr. Nabia, have you seen her interviews?
You just showed me the real. It was like it was so over. Like, I don't think that's normal. Basically,
That's not.
You know?
They were glamorizing the drama.
Yeah, like, and it was a bit. It just didn't feel genuine. You know what I mean?
It was.
I wouldn't like. You can tell when something is like real, basically. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel so. What do you sensationalized? I guess like. I don't know. I feel like it was just trying to get an emotional reaction out of people.
But I feel like in any case, these issues should be kept private.
Yeah, especially like, imagine being intimate with somebody,
Yeah.
your intimate partner.
Yeah.
How can you disclose the details of that to
Yeah.
somebody? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, I think that takes away from the sacredness of it.
It does.
I think it takes away respect from the relationship. And I also feel like, again, like what I said, thoughts are energy. So
I feel like that should be, if you are like, if you want to do it, it should be as a last resort, because you should leave room for reconciliation.
it should be when you really, if you want support to get out of the relationship, and that is what your agenda is, talk about however you want to talk about it to whoever you want to talk about it, go ahead.
Yeah.
But remember that if you are doing that, then like just have an agenda in mind. Like, don't do stupid, reckless things. Like, this was obviously a public thing. I don't know, but I feel like what we see on television, a lot of people do react it out into their lives as well. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is what our like Pakistani dramas are. Like, they show this Saas Bahu situation where the Saas is usually a bitch and the Bahu is this damsel in distress, you know, and that's how they see, like, the masses watch these shows, and I feel like that's how they, you know, like bring it into their everyday lives, that, you know, sasses are supposed to be like this and bahus are supposed to be like this. But exactly like this show, they put it out on national television, and I feel like a lot more people are going to be like comfortable doing this, which is stupid. I feel like your relationship, unless it was abuse, unless she was getting like, you know, harassed and, you know, molested or whatever, physically abused by this partner, it should not become public news.
Yeah, 100%. And even like the thing is, right? This was, I feel like, I'm not saying it is, but I think it was a publicity stunt, basically.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because what help are you getting from that?
Yeah.
Are you actually, is it an NGO?
Yeah.
Are they going to give you housing?
Yeah.
Or is it just going to air out your drama and give you more distress and have more eyes on this thing that isn't a convenience in your life?
Yeah.
What do you think about the Blake Lively case, by the way?
I mean, I kind of like had a feeling from the beginning, like her case, her harassment case just got dismissed by the judge, and so happy about that. She was problematic like from the beginning.
I don't know why, but like, do you ever see, like, you know, do you ever see people like who you don't know, but like their essence, like, you know, or whatever they're putting out, at least you relate to? I'm sure you have some like celebrities like that.
Listen to me, I feel like she was one of the, like, she's gorgeous, first of all.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And her and Ryan, their couple,
Yeah.
is one of those couples that I wanted. Like, this
Yeah.
is what I wanted for me and my future husband, you know, okay? I want to be like them when I ever get married. But something that I relate to, I don't. I feel like she is too dramatic and she is too problematic, and I don't.
I don't know. For some reason, regardless of what comes up, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a relatability factor that makes me see it like that. I don't think it's not fair that her case got dismissed. I think she's not lying, basically. I don't know why.
I tell you,
yeah.
there's a whole theory online, and I do believe it.
Yeah.
I feel like she somehow fell in love or like started like catching feelings for the guy, and he rejected her badly.
I don't
Because
buy
he's
that.
a very, oh my god, he's so deeply in love with his wife. You have no idea. You should like see all that shit that's on the internet. And then she like wanted to take revenge because she got rejected by this guy, and then she did all of this bullshit.
I don't know. I don't think
But
so.
there's proof, honey. There's
I don't know.
There's proof online. There's proof where she is coming on to him and he is kind of saying, no, baby, like I have a wife and you have a husband.
Really?
Yes, there's literal videos on the internet.
I haven't seen. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just projecting, but I believe
No. Listen, I know.
He's so performative. Have you seen his interview?
He is not performative. I feel like he's so genuine.
I don't think he's genuine. Like the things.
She's such a bitch though in interviews. Have you seen her interviews?
But like
she's so mean to the
thing
interviewees.
is, I'm not saying she's not. She is a bitch, but
Yeah.
like that is not something that's new to me. I like.
Listen, I feel like I'm also a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
But not in that way. I wouldn't be a bitch just to fuck with you.
But
I'd only be a bitch if you're being a bitch to me.
the one interview I saw where she was a bitch, like, and actually I saw two.
There's so many. There's so many.
But like there was like where she commented on her like pregnant belly.
The baby bump.
But like again, like see, I get it. Her response wasn't the most, what do you call it, diplomatic.
It wasn't eloquent at all.
Yeah, but I don't think it was that bad either.
It was horrible.
Really?
Like someone's congratulating you on your pregnancy, and you're like, oh my god, you're fat.
But like imagine what she probably went through during that time. She has not had a single movie where she's like appeared pregnant, at least not that I've seen. So just like, because the thing is like, I don't think like pregnancy, yes, everybody congratulates you and everything, and it is a congratulatory thing, but I don't think it's an easy process. Imagine your body changing, you constantly being in front of cameras, probably
Then don't go in front of the camera. If you're gonna be a bitch to everyone, stay at fucking home.
I mean,
But that's not the only thing where she was not the only interview where she was.
by the way, with Leighton Meester, apparently he was born in jail.
Yes,
and
and she called her out. Exactly. Some of us were born in cages. She said something along those lines.
But
That's so.
I was shook about that.
By the way, the entire cast of Gossip Girl, they're not friends with her. You know this, right?
No, I didn't. I mean, I heard, but
They're
I just
not
like,
friends with her because she was the most horrible person on set.
I don't know why, but like I think it's just some level of projection that like because she's black
I
and I'm like
understand exactly.
Yeah.
I understand why you
Yeah.
have some relatability.
Yeah.
But I know too many Blake Lively's in real life to know that this woman is a total bitch.
Okay. But the thing is, right, the reason like I don't know why I've been in situations where like I wasn't wrong, you know what I mean? And I was the victim basically. But to this day where people will put the blame on me for it basically. You know what I mean?
We'll talk about this later
Yeah.
after the podcast. But I get it. But for me, if I've ever been in one of those situations, I always said fuck you and I moved on.
I mean, same.
Yeah, but like, see, where I was genuinely wrong, I also took accountability.
Yeah, same.
I always said, "Theek, this was my fault. I was in this situation."
I'm the first person to actually tell like people when I'm wrong. basically.
Exactly. I'm the first person to apologize.
Yeah,
Even if I'm wrong, I always say I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I should not have done that.
Because
But
why not?
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you value those relationships. But I feel like this woman wanted to jeopardize or take over the entire movie, and she got rejected by this guy. And Ryan found out, and he wanted to fuck with him. So that's why they did this whole drama to like.
What do you guys think? Is Blake Lively a liar or is she right? I think she's right. Maybe she's a liar.
I
Who
don't think
knows?
so. There's something wrong about this woman. She's weird.
I don't know.
Do you not know anyone like that in real life apart from yourself? No.
Like the thing, like the way that I see her, right? Her image in my head is someone who's like pretty privileged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a bit of a like sunshine personality, and that probably puts her a little bit out of touch. You know what I mean?
But this is my problem with her. She's not humble. If you are that pretty, what the hell do you need to be? Like, why are you so insecure? She needs to be more humble. There's no humility in this woman at all. They're prettier women than Blake Lively,
Duh.
and they're so down to earth.
That's just subjective, by the way.
Fucking
You know
Anne
what I mean?
Hathaway is
Yeah.
gorgeous. She's so graceful. There's just, I can't think about anyone right now, but there's so many beautiful women who come. Dakota Fanning, you know.
I love it.
She is gorgeous. And every time she's on screen in an interview, she's so graceful and poised and like very down to earth. Blake Lively is gorgeous too. She could have done that. She could have chosen that road, but she's like, no, I'm gonna be a bitch to everyone.
But not everyone.
Listen to me. She was a bitch to Anna Kendrick too. And Anna Kendrick, I love that she slaps back, you know.
But don't you think? I thought that was a movie gimmick though. What they were doing.
Maybe it was like one of those publicity things.
Because it was like really out there, the things they were doing at each other. They're
But
like,
Anna Kendrick, she's openly very feisty though.
okay, maybe.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know. I thought it was a movie like promotional thing.
No, I think she's just like that.
Who knows?
Yeah, we don't know what actually is
Yeah.
going on.
I mean, I think we're all somewhat like, you can't know. You know, the legal system is doing its thing, not saying that I really trust the legal system, you know what I mean? But all we can do is project our own like lives onto it and see what it is, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But I mean, I haven't seen enough of the evidence, so I won't say anything.
I have. I've seen too much of the evidence. There's a whole website, by the way, where like
I've only seen anti-Justin Baldoni content, basically.
because
you know?
that's what you're looking
Looking
for,
for,
and
yeah.
it's your algorithm.
Yeah, you know. And I just like, I don't know, whatever. Like,
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, okay, no, we'll talk about this later after the thing. But
Did we cover everything?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. We
That
kind of
was
moved
fun.
through it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think last episode I was a bit out of it and like if
We
it
were
was coming
busy
over,
also.
yeah.
We were
But
going.
yeah, we'll figure out a schedule and we'll keep at it.
Yeah, every time we meet, we should do this. We should do this.
Love you guys.
Bye.
See you.